Kim, you were obviously kind of downplaying this just being a non-conference game. Was this big for you guys? Big for the program?
Well, I guess who you ask, it's good for women's basketball to have this type of environment. Thanks to all Baylor marketing, athletic marketing. Look, guys, that was big-time atmosphere. It reminded me of, the old days. That's how old I'm getting, Bryce. I'm not as old and ugly as you, but I'm old, all right? But I still love you, Bryce. He's a gamer. I don't see Bryce ever until it's game time, Jerry, look. Connecticut gets everybody's best shot. I don't know this to be true, but I think their last regulation loss during the season, was it not here?
2013.
11? Was it? Okay. They don't lose much. They don't lose much. We don't lose much. And when you can do it year after year after year, taking people's best shots, and you have an opportunity to play each other, it's good for women's basketball. Now, the most important thing in my mind right now is, what time do we practice tomorrow? What do I do with them tomorrow? Because the most important thing right now is Lubbock, Texas, and Texas Tech. We will enjoy this, and they should enjoy it, but you can't overemphasize it. You just can't, because our league is tough. Our league is physical. We play each other twice. But on a national scale, I guess if you ask people, man, we got to win this game to get a 1 seed. What the hell? Do we really? So should UConn lose their number 1 seed because we beat them? Heavens no. We're just one of the elite programs. They're the elite of the elite, and we want what they have. They have a lot of them, and we just have 2. So it was good. Y'all had to enjoy it. We enjoyed it.
To that end, you guys have scheduled this series 2 more years after this. Would you like to play them every year?
Honestly, if we're playing them next year there and they come back the next year, I can only live in the moment. When you've been doing this as long as he has and as long as I have, you can't sign things for 10 and 15 years because you don't know how long you'll be in the business. But it's good. It was good.
Kim Dede was on Samuelson quite a bit.
Well, let me give kudos to Dede Richards, okay? That kid defended Samuelson with every ounce of energy that she had. And Dede has the length. She's active. She made Samuelson work for every shot. She did not go for shot fakes. I think Connecticut does as good a job as any team in the country at spreading the floor on you, using screens, handing it off, flip here, slipping screens. Dede had to move all night long, and she didn't go for many fakes. She stayed on the floor. I thought our matchup with Cox and Dede on their 2 best players was important for us. Put our 2 best defenders on their 2 best offensive players, and then that allowed, I don't want to say Kalani to roam, because, guys, they scored double figures from every position, but allowing Kalani to get the rebounds, allowing Kalani to do what she does best. And I thought that was just good strategy on the part of our coaching staff.
Kalani, in the third quarter, there was, I think it was the third quarter, Lauren fed you the ball inside. You had inside position. You missed the shot, got your rebound, and had a little and one put back. Is that the kind of relentlessness you have to win a game like this?
Absolutely. The energy we had was crazy today, and we have to come. If we play every game like that, there's no telling where we might end up. Tournament play, Big 12 play. Our team was extremely energetic. We kept the energy, even through the momentum swings. They would hit a 3, and, the momentum would change, but we just kept at it, and I think that's what got us the win.
Kalani, can I follow up on what you said about having that energy every night? We just had an example. Cal played UConn, played them to a 6-point game with a minute to go. They play their next game, they lose to Harvard. It seems easy to say that, play with the same energy every night. but why isn't it easy, and how do you think you guys will be able to handle it, having that kind of energy as you go forward?
I think that playing teams a lot of teams have playing teams that's lesser than you with less talent. Sometimes you get complacent, but when you're at a big program, everyone's going to give you their best shot. So, like she said, we have to focus on Lubbock because Texas Tech isn't afraid, and they're not going to back down just because we beat UConn, and we can't get complacent because we beat UConn because we still have a lot more games to go. So, yes, it was a great win, but on to the next. We got to.
Chloe, you had missed like 12 of your first 14 shots. What was the difference for you down the stretch, and how do you keep shooting when it's just not there?
What did I tell you during the game?
Yeah, Coach Mulkey just kept telling me to shoot the ball. My coaches, my teammates, they've seen me make their shots in practice, so it's not shots that I can't make. So they had the faith and trust in me to keep shooting it. So that gave me all the confidence I needed.
How big was she down the stretch?
She got fatigued there, and I thought that was some of the reasons she missed her shots. You got to remember, guys, Chloe's never played point guard at this level, and for her to come in here and to do the things I'm asking her to do, she is going to get fatigued. And I told her, I said, keep shooting it, keep shooting it, keep shooting it. And she hit some big shots after she'd missed some of those that Jerry was talking about. But if you look at her stat line, she didn't have one turnover. Okay, she had 4 steals. She's got to handle the ball. That's part of the game. I live with kids that miss shots. It's difficult to live with kids that turn the ball over, sloppy with the ball, don't guard anybody. Keep shooting it. It's going to go in. If you're a shooter, the best way to make a shot is just to keep shooting it.
Kalani, they shot 30%, and they shot cold at the beginning and kind of all the way through. Was there a point where you felt like what y'all were doing defensively was bothering them and they weren't going to get hot?
Definitely. Our defense was outstanding. And like I said, Dee Richards, she played tremendously. All our guards did. I think that our size also affected their shots penetrating. So everyone had a job, and I think they did it defensively.
I threw a block party.
Too bad they were all calls, most of them. I had one, LC had 2, Juicy had 1.
Kim, was there any kind of focus in the fourth quarter to guard the perimeter? Because it seemed like at that point, if they were going to get it done, it was going to be from three-point range.
No. They got 2 players. Their names are Samuelson and Collier. You keep guarding them because they're upperclassmen. Those 2 kids are the bread and butter for that team. I thought a couple of things that we did focus on is don't give them transition layups. I thought in the Notre Dame game, Williams, she flew out of there and got too many, layups. They're too good to give up those kind of buckets. Make them work for their buckets because they're such a great shooting team. I thought the second big thing was don't let them have offensive boards and battle with them on the offensive boards. And I just thought that when shots were taken, they got, I think, like 13 or 14 offensive boards, but, they didn't dominate us on the boards.
Kalani, how much did the Stanford game motivate Lauren Cox and you tonight, or did it?
No, it did. It did for sure. Coach made sure of that. She got on us, and me and Lauren took it upon ourselves to respond. And I think that's what we did tonight. Me defensively, moving my feet. I thought I did a great job on that, and Lauren just guarding Katie Lou, guarding Nafisa. It's not really normal for us to both have a bad game like that. And I think that since we laid an egg, we just wanted to redeem ourselves, and that's what we did.
Coach, in games like this, you have to expect big performances from your veterans, but how big was Melissa, especially at the end of the first half? I think she had your last 7.
I'm so glad you asked that because I'm sitting here looking at a kid who plays 15 minutes, and she has 12.6 rebounds. I mean, she does things that you don't coach. It's instinct. She got 2 big offensive boards on Kalani's misses. That's just going up there, catching it in the air, and finishing. She's very confident in herself. She wants to play. She's constantly, when I look down that bench, she's like this. Just call my name, coach. And There is a place for her with a big lineup. See, we didn't have to go to the big lineup. The big lineup is with her, Cox, and Kalani. I didn't have to use them because Dee was so good on Samuelson tonight. And if you'll remember, late in the fourth quarter, Samuelson just went in front of the paint and didn't even guard Dee. And so we just brought Cox outside and put her in, so she had to come out and respect Cox's shot. So we were playing musical chairs there on the offensive and defensive end. But Nalissa Smith is one of the finest freshmen in the country. I say this all the time. Nalissa reminds me a lot of Cox in that she came into a program knowing Kalani and Cox were here, but she thought and knew she was good enough to get in the rotation. And anybody in the country, everybody in the country recruited her, and what a joy she is to coach.
But with Kalani shooting the three the way she did tonight, do you have a big lineup anymore?
Well, no, see, people don't realize Kalani shoots the perimeter shot. It's just she doesn't have to. And so after the Stanford loss, you know, get out there and shoot that shot. They can't double and triple team you if you'll just shoot it. And I just think people have never seen her shot. She's got a beautiful shot. Cox can shoot that shot. It's just they dwarf so many teams that they don't have to go out there a lot of times.
Kim, if I heard correctly, you're a dinosaur.
I'm a dinosaur, yes.
So to get a first for your program, right?
Which is?
Beating a number one team, which.
Well, we're usually the number one team, so it's hard to beat the number one. No,
Shame.
that's a joke. Don't put that bulletin board material, okay? Listen, we're all chasing Gino. Let's be real. I didn't know it was a first, okay? I don't coach like that. I just want to win the next game, and it's I want people to be proud of this program. I want them to be proud that we win on a consistent basis. We're an elite program. We may never get to another Final Four. Do you know how hard that is? We may never do that. I said it when we went the first time. But we're still there. We're still there. We're still relevant. And that's all I want to do. I want to put a team on the floor that Baylor people can be proud of.
Coach, first of all, congratulations on being a grandma. We haven't seen you since.
Yeah, and my daughter was back for the first time tonight. She was sitting by me.
Connecticut had its NCAA record-winning streak broken tonight, and obviously you guys have always been very good at home. What does it say for a team to win 50-something straight road games, and what does it say about your team because they made charge after charge after charge, and you always seem to have an answer in a big play?
Well, I'll go back to my playing days to help answer that. They broke our playing day record when we had that long win streak at Louisiana Tech. So I go way back to when Gino and them broke that record. And for him to keep doing that and his program to keep doing that, guys, it's difficult. I mean, you have a target on you every time you play. I know what he feels. And I think his depth, he probably wishes he had more depth, but in a lot of respects, when you don't have as much depth, you don't have a lot of decisions to make. You really don't. And those kids start playing together, and they have great chemistry. We're fixing to go into a league, guys. We've won it how many years in a row? I don't even know. But I do know we're the hunted. And do you know we're fixing to see that for 18 basketball games? And it's hard to get up and stay up and take everybody's best shot. It's difficult. It wears on you. So you have to be smart as a coach on how much you do, how much you're in the film room, how hard you get on them, how hard you push them. Gino's the best at it. He's done it all.
Kim, I thought that Juicy Lindgren played well.
Juicy came out of the gates, and he went to a boxing one, or looked like a boxing one. We prepared for that. We watched him do it against the Robertson kid for OU. And Juicy hit some big threes. She was looking to shoot it. What a difference it's made in her life to be a junior now versus a freshman. She wouldn't look to shoot those shots her freshman year. And she has to now, especially with Morris not being, on the perimeter with her. Juicy's got to take it upon herself that I got to score the basketball out here.